you guys. Hometown HVAC again, and today on a rainy Monday we're going to be running some no heat calls. It was pretty cold last week. This week the temperatures went up a little bit. It's supposed to get back into the 50s and 60s. It was down in the 30s and 20s all week last week, so we was definitely rolling like crazy last week. But this morning it's nice and rainy, 46 degrees right now, and we're actually not heading up the mountain today. I'm surprised. Been heading up the mountain every day, but we're going to stay closer to town today. And this first call, it says that they had another company come out and replaced the compressor on a 2-year-old Trane heat pump system. And now they say it's still not heating or cooling after the other company replaced the compressor. So no telling what we're going to run into on that one. So it's busy this morning. Alright, y'all. I guess I'll take y'all with me. We're going to stick with the OG white monster.
Please take your items.
Go!
South toward Statesville.
Alright, we on the open road. I'll see y'all there. Alright, y'all. So this house has got 2 systems, but the one for the upstairs is not coming on. It's just blowing cold air in heat mode. And the homeowner said it just had the compressor replaced. That's the big Trane unit sitting up there. Little pieces with us. Make sure we get the service chair as well. So it's actually going to be this system. If we look down in there, that compressor looks pretty new to me. First we're going to get the meter out, because we definitely going to need it. Let's take us a seat right here. Starter's pulled in. It's definitely calling for heat. It's calling for the outdoor unit. We've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 flashes on the board here. 8 flashes. What's that mean? Compressor not pumping. You don't say. You don't say the compressor's not pumping. I know that. Maybe she don't got no power for the compressor. Well, there's definitely no power for the compressor. Let's see here. Well, the disconnect is not in all the way. Still no power. Alright. Well, guys, I went in the basement and flipped the breaker. It was off. As soon as I turned it on, it tripped itself. So that is not good. That is an indication that our compressor is grounded. Not a good sign. It's definitely not a good sign, and this thing just had the compressor replaced. So, alright, well, first off, We're gonna hook our gauges up. If I can do this one-handed, come on now. Ah. Ooh. Cha-cha-cha. Steamy. Alright, well, we're gonna strip this thing down, check this compressor. I guess we'll use the mini chair to climb up in there. Other tools. Mega ohm meter here. This tests the windings inside of the compressor. Get up here on one of our legs on the compressor there. Then we'll take our other one. We're gonna scratch it real good so we know we're on nothing but copper. And we're gonna test. Uh-oh. We're getting a bad reading on. We'll swap it to the next. Back on it. We'll go to the next. There. Wow. Alright, yep. Sure enough, we've got a brand new compressor in this thing that is bad. With my field piece meter. Here is we're going to test each leg opposite from each other. So I'll test those two. We're going to want a low reading like 1.2, around 1.2 to 3.5. And as you can see, I'm getting some crazy reading here, 16, and it's not stopping. It's jumping around all over the place. It's still bouncing around. Either way, we do not want it all the way up there at 16. That's not good. So this compressor's definitely cooked. Definitely cooked. Not anything we can do for the outdoor system for it to run, because without that compressor, it's not going to do nothing. So I'm going to do more investigating as far as I'm going to try to figure out what's killing these compressors, considering this is the second one in this thing. Static pressure could be bad, airflow inside could be bad, restricting it and causing the compressor to stress out really bad. So before I just tell this customer, hey, let's replace the compressor, I'd like to know what's killing them first. So undo the gauges here. The menace release for you there. What we're going to do, we got our tubes hooked up. One of these is going to go to our return, one's going to go to our supply. In this situation, I'm going to do P1 as supply, P2 as return. Point that arrow into the airflow. So duct in there, point it into the airflow, just like that. Same with this one, we're gonna point it into the airflow for return. So in this situation, the arrow is going to point that way. And the hook is gonna point that way. In there, we do have a pretty high return static there. Go ahead and get some pictures of that. All right, you guys. I did not specify that when I checked static pressure right here, my return static was at 0.8, which is extremely high. My total static was 1.2 to about 1.4. So that's a static pressure that's definitely high enough. It can kill a compressor, for sure. I'm gonna check my static pressure one more time. But this time I'm gonna check it with the filter out, just to get a better understanding of what my static pressure looks like with no filter. It's much better with the filter out. It's not stressing near as much as it was. It's still a tad high, but yeah, it's an unfortunate situation for them. They had a company come out, installed a 3-ton high efficiency Trane, and when they installed it, they didn't do the right homework, as in they didn't do a load calculation, they didn't measure the ductwork, it looks like they didn't check anything really. Ductwork was extremely undersized for that system. I definitely gave them options, of course, on replacing the compressor. Unfortunately, they will have to pay labor on that compressor. The compressor itself is under warranty.
Then at the next.
I gave them options on having me replace the compressor, and then also I told them that the main reason those first 2 compressors went bad was definitely because of undersized ductwork, and there's no way to know for sure if there's any other issues going on until, of course, we get the compressor replaced. And then secondly, we got to get that ductwork fixed, because yeah, we can replace the compressor and it'll probably work, but it's only going to work for about 6 months or a year, and it's going to go bad again. That one definitely was a major corner that was cut. Undersizing the ductwork is a terrible thing to do. And if you install the system on ductwork that's too small, then you really need to install new ductwork that's sized right for the system. And if you don't, that's the problems you'll have. You'll have indoor fan motors going bad. You'll have compressors going bad. You'll have all kinds of refrigeration issues, electric bill, power bill going up because the compressor's running twice as hard as it should. The indoor fan is also going to run twice as hard as it should. But yeah, gave them options on it. They're supposed to call me back tonight once they go over everything. But other than that, we just keep rolling. Keep on rolling.